Well, when did this happen, honey? I know it. All this wind today. Look at all the little violets, y'all. Check that out. Excuse me, Thomas. Every time I'm filming out here, you're either in a bucket of food or now you're doing this hot mess. That is not meant for you. What are you doing, sir? Oh my gosh. Are you trying to get back in there? Mama, I know there's 3 mamas. So loud. 3 mamas, and the 4th mama was out, and here she is. She's trying to dig out underneath to get back on her eggs. Look at this. Bless it. Come on, Mama. Okay, so I've decided to use blocks here, and I'm gonna add another zip tie to the top. So let me tighten this up, y'all. All right, so we have all 4 mamas. Can we zone in on them? Let's see. All 4 mamas are in there on, I haven't even counted the eggs, y'all. Can you believe that? On a huge whop of eggs. And then, there we go. And then we have babies hatching, at least 1 baby. And so what I'm wanting to do is majorly fortify this as much as possible. If I just had 1 mama, or even 2, I've done that with 2, I would put them in a tub and bring them in. I tried to start doing that, and it just did not work out. So I'm making a nursery here in the side of the Silky Chalet coop. And so I'll be checking this several times a day because now we have babies. And if I have to change it or move anything, then I will. So what I did it with was baby gates, blocks, and zip ties. Yeah, redneck engineering, but you know what? This type of experience, 99% of the time, it works. So that's really the point of the video is, you know, I make videos, or maybe you make videos, or, you know, you are an expert with whatever you do on a daily basis, whether you're a nurse, whether you're, you know, just a homeschooling mom. If you're a homeschooling mom, you are a very skilled person right now, because there are so many people that are begging for help and advice in how to pull their kids out of public schools. It's a tragedy right now. Public schools are a total failure. They are, sorry. If you don't like it, change it. Or, you know, at least try to change the situation that you're in terms of your own kids. That's my advice for anybody these days. Total failure. And so my point here is, though, I was out today, and I went to Aldi, and I went to go visit and take care of my Nana. I'm sweating like a little pig, y'all. Like a little pig. And I was so encouraged because at the Aldi, I had 3 different awesome experiences with 3 different people. Y'all, there are still really good people around, and the majority of us are really good people, and we have to keep that into perspective. And we have to understand that when people are ugly to us, ugly to you, for choices you're making to change your lifestyle, to protect your children, to learn new skills, remember, they're not doing what you're doing or what you're trying to learn. So we're just going to sit here in the chicken coop, because see, this is how I am sustaining my farm. I have birds, and I've been working with breeds of birds on purpose 4 years that I know for a fact are proven winners, that I know how to work with pretty well most of the time, and they will give me more life on my farm. I don't have to rely on Walmart eggs or Ingles eggs or Aldi if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I can grow my own here. I can come out and get my breakfast here. So what you're looking at, guys, is the fact that you are important. What you're trying to do is important, and it is vital for sustainability of you, your family, and especially your children. So, gosh, we gotta get some air, baby. It's warm today. So I got in line at Aldi. I just picked up a few little things today, and that Aldi, by the way, had some items that some of the Aldi way out here don't have, you know, so I want to show some pictures. They had hams, 87 cents a pound, which is great for Easter coming up this weekend. And then they also had, if you want to can some more like hot dog style franks, like I showed you in one of my latest videos, they had turkey franks. I hadn't seen them before. They were $1.99. They're $1.69 or $1.70 cheaper than the beef franks. Okay, hey, every penny counts. But when I got in line, this little old gentleman came up behind me, and he only had 3 items. And I said, "Sir, there's no sense in you waiting behind me." I said, "You just jump on right in front of me and lay your stuff down and go ahead and pay." And he couldn't believe it. I was like, he must not be from around here. Are people not nice anymore? And I was like, it's no big deal. He was like, thank you. And I was like, sure. I said, I got to get all my junk out anyway. But I wish you had seen his face, because it was really like he couldn't believe that somebody was actually trying to be civil to him, nice, considerate. It just made sense that he would just go on. He only had 3 items. And he thanked me like 3 more times. Then when I got out of line and was going over and put my little stuff in my little bag, this lady walked up. She said, "Do you need an extra little bag, honey?" I said, "Well, I've got one." She said, "Well, I've got these new bags and I have an extra." She said, "Why don't you?" She said, "I just feel like helping somebody today. You want to take it?" And I said, "Well, sure." I said, "Thank you, ma'am." So I took her bag, and I was like, and she was so sweet. Then I got out in the parking lot, and this lady chased me, to give me her quarter so she could take my cart. And she stood there and talked to me for about 5 minutes. Nicest lady. We talked about our different cars, and and she said, "I just want to say," she just wanted to talk to somebody. I don't know what I was attracting today, but it was good. And she said, "I hope you have a super blessed weekend coming up." I said, "Thank you, ma'am. You too." So just at the Aldi alone, a totally different Aldi that I usually go to today, within the last few minutes of me being there, 3 different little angels, just nice, just considerate, just people minding their business and getting along, trying to be civil. And it was a blessing, because it reminded me that most of us are this way. We want to just do our thing and move on with our life and mind our business and raise our babies and be healthy and happy, So I want to remind you of that, because it's very easy to get sucked into all the negativity. There's a lot of it, okay? And, it's so funny, because I express these things to you guys not because I'm complaining about somebody making fun of my accent. I had a guy this morning, he didn't like my accent. He said, "I need to go back to the Grand Ole Opry." Well, sir, I would, maybe. I don't know. I used to sing there and do demos, but, there's no fakery about that. That's guaranteed bona fide fact. So your comment, really, you pulsed me really good. Then I had a lady or two on, women. Wow, your horns are showing. They were attacking me because I believe in Jesus. Women. I mean, sorry guys, usually that type of behavior comes from some weird little guy in a basement, but somewhere. I'm just saying, women. So this is what I'm saying. We're reminded every day that we are given a choice on how we are going to deal with these things. And some days are better than others, okay? We just have to identify that, again, this is a spiritual warfare and battle that we're in. And I want you to remember at the end of the day, the people that are attacking you for talking a little country, or because you have a creator, the Lord, Jesus is my Savior, that you believe in and that you give credit to, they just can't handle it. And I assure you that the majority of you that watch this channel, most of you are trying your best to learn how to raise chickens and hogs and can for the future and put food away for your babies. And you're trying to pay off your debt, because why? Somebody asked me, why should I pay off my debt? Because why? It's your debt. It's your responsibility. Sorry if I sound, a little bit stern on that, but you're talking to somebody that paid off all of her debt and her husband's debt. We paid off our debts. My husband went into the military, served this country, took the GI Bill. We put ourselves through school, all the while being married and having babies. And then we paid everything off because we worked our butts off and we tried to make good decisions. So no, why should I pay my debt off? Well, because darling, it's your debt. And it's dumb to have debt if you can get out from underneath it, because especially if the interest rates are going to continue to change depending on what you've got. You don't want to be underneath that. But number 2, why should you pay off your debt? I'll repeat for the simple-minded folks out there. You should pay off your debts because they are yours. They're not somebody else's to fix for you. So I know it sounds a little bit arrogant, but I don't mean for it to. I just say to you, to remind you, I want to encourage you and continue to pump you up, to let you know that the world, while there are so many good people, you are in the midst of a spiritual warfare. All these people that say there's nothing going on, or why would you want to learn that, or I'm surprised you have any teeth with the way you talk, or they're going to say all kinds of evil things to you to make you doubt how you look, to make you doubt how you believe, to make you doubt who you are, to make you doubt your relationship with your husband, to make you doubt that you've raised your children right, to make you doubt that doing the things that you're doing make any sense at all. That's the devil's doing. And I want to remind you of that, because I sometimes say to my husband, I'm like, why are they asking me that? Or, gosh, I can't believe that, because I have women that are in very bad relationships. Several women have come to me on here that seek advice because they are in, frankly, could be in abusive relationships. And, I tell James, I'm like, why would they ask me? Why would they say that to me? And he's like, Patera, because they trust what you're going to tell them. And they trust and believe that you have the answer. Whether you do or you don't, you have a responsibility here. So I'm taking the responsibility of seeing that so many people need encouragement. And I want to give that to you today. I want to remind you that most people are still really good. All people are God's children. But we are in a spiritual battle right now. And I don't want you to doubt what you're doing. Because see, this looks simple, stupid. But remember, the people that are taking the time to doubt you and to tear you down, they're not doing these things. What are they going to do? All the people that I know that are doing the things that I'm doing, I'll bet you the last donut tonight at Krispy Kreme that's coming off that yummy conveyor belt. I'll even buy you coffee. I guarantee you that the people like me, people like most of you, that are working our buns off with all these things every day to make a homestead and makes our lives more sustainable. We don't have the time to be going around and hating on people. I was talking to a gentleman today. We're finishing up some fencing. We have a guy that's coming up every couple of days to help us out, to try to finish up this job. Helps us and it helps him. And I was talking to him about some recent events, and he's actually very quite in tune with a lot of things. But I said, did you see this? And he said, I haven't had my TV on in about 8 days. I don't know anything that's going on. I've been working so hard. He said, he said, it's bad. And we were talking about inflation, the 8.5%. He said, I hadn't heard that yet. Most of us have heard it. That was yesterday, right? He said, I have been so swamped with work and just trying to get along. And he's got 4 children. He said, I haven't even looked. Of course, we had our conversation about it after, because he's, overall very well in tune. But my point is working people are working. We ain't hating. We're not going around trying to find fault with you and others. We're not trying to tear people down. We're trying to build you up, and we're trying to motivate you and to help people understand what they need to do. Us evil Tennessee hillbilly hicks that love Jesus are trying to shake and bake and wake people. Even the ones that call us names and make fun of us. Because see, we recognize that really it's not the work of a human being doing that, it's the work of the devil. And so I rebuke that, and you should too. But I want to remind you to just do your best to remember that most people are good. But I want to remind you that most people are good. You need to remember that, and we have to try to keep things in focus. And those that are lashing out are coming from a dark place. They're also scared. See, the battle's already won, people. And they don't like it. They're not working on the same team we are. But I have and you have a responsibility to try to shake them out of it. Because I don't know anybody that would want to make fun of somebody by the way they look, the way they talk, what they believe. You know, if you just don't agree, then you just move on, right? You just move on. That's what reasonable people do, even if they don't agree. So remember what battle you're in. It's a big one. And keep it into perspective in where and how you can be helpful, friendly, and nice, and patient. Makes all the difference in the world right now. I didn't learn that today, but I was reminded of that today. So, you know, if you're on social media and you're not happy with something that you see, just move on. You know, this is what I told somebody today. I said, you know what? This one little guy was ugly to me. And I said, first of all, I pray you find Jesus. And I pray you stock your pantry. God bless. There's nothing else I can say. Remember that, y'all. The Lord loves you, and stay busy. Keep learning skills. Keep teaching your children. This is for your children. And don't you dare stop stacking that pantry. All right? Stay positive. We're positive. I talk about these things to let you know you're not the only one seeing it. You're not the only one going through it. I ain't hurt. I'm not upset by it. Today's been a wonderful day. But when these things happen to me, I get a calling to remind you that I feel you. I know it's happening to you too. And I don't want you to be discouraged. I don't want you to be discouraged. It's tough. We can do it. We're gonna do it. All right? Okay. I think we're good for the night. Let's get out of here. Love you. We'll see you on the next video. First one in. There he is. You gonna go see if the girls are okay? Yeah, I think so.